All right, back once again in the elimination rounds of the Air Blood Bowl League.
Yeah, still round one, so a bit further than halfway. Doing the double header last night was a big mistake.
Yeah, certainly burning the candle at both ends. Can you share your screen with me just so I
Yeah,
can?
I can.
Great. Because for all its wondrous powers, sometimes the Blood Bowl replay live thing tends to be out of sync a bit. So
Yeah. No, so the game we're just waiting for the game to turn up on Cabal TV. It always takes a couple of minutes.
well, in fairness, Matt Holmes of the Pittsburgh Pirates had 300,000 worth of inducements to spend, so he's probably
He's having a
going
think.
through his options.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of inducements.
Oh, you think that's a lot of inducements? The Thanatos Shivite match, I think, is coming up either tonight or tomorrow night, is it?
I can't remember.
There is 870,000 team difference between
That
the two
is,
teams.
well, that's a dwarf team, isn't it?
It's well, Shivite is on Necro, I think. It's
Yeah,
Necro
but he could.
versus.
Thanatos could induce a dwarf team.
Oh, he could induce an entire dwarf team. He could, yeah, and possibly should.
Just to
I,
be
I'd like
killed
to see
instead of
him.
his.
I'd like to see him just take nothing but star players. Take like Jordell, Eldril, and Morg if he can afford them all, and just give the fans what they want to see. Give them a bit of star player action.
Yeah, I mean it's not a good idea.
Well, not if he wants to
It's
win
a
the
funny
game,
idea.
but well, I don't know. Actually, having a look at Chivite's team, I don't know how he's going to handle it if the ball just gets in Morg's hands.
Okay, we
Anyway,
have. Oh, I haven't updated the picture. Well, we'll do it live.
it's
We'll
okay.
do
It's
it
fine.
live.
It's fine. Getting back to this match. I had a look through the teams today. We can have a look at some of the players here. Oh, it looks like, is that Grashnak Blackhoof? Or is that just a freebooted random Minotaur on the team? Who's that front and center for the Chaos Dwarves? That is Grashnak Blackhoof! Oh my god! Interesting use of 300k.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, you don't see him very often.
No, you do not, because he's terrible. He's no, well, strength 6, horns, mighty blow. It's clear that Matt is planning on winning the attrition game in this match. And I think a key piece, he's got a claw mighty blow blocker, I believe, or as we like to call it, a can opener. Traditionally used for carving apart. Yeah, there he is out there on the left wing. Drakarth Burntmouth. Traditionally used.
Last minute sub.
Yeah, last minute sub. That's
Creatively named. I think it's a combination
is
of
that an
defaults.
induced
Sorry, go ahead.
guard? So there's a hobgoblin with guard back there. Is he an induced player? I don't. Oh no, that's Zerst Iron Drinker, player number 1. But yeah, as I was saying, this can opener or burnt
He's
mouth,
moved around.
very interesting. Like, if he can keep him healthy and he can get the
next level.
yeah, well, that doesn't even need the next level. He's perfect just to go. I'm just saying if he can get players off the pitch and they stay off, because I don't. Will's not going to have been able to afford a Bloodweiser Babe or an Apothecary or anything like that. I don't think.
So there's yet again a second game in a row where we've got a referee rest area, which means that we'll have 2 hours of people arriving and saying, "We got a bribe."
Well, that's fair. We can we just we'll have 2 hours to say no as a referee rest area. Will famously a massive cheat, and by that I mean he loves putting the boot in. So one thing to be noted is both of these teams qualified on the head-to-head tiebreaker for the postseason.
For their divisions.
In their divisions, Matt in third, and Will in sixth. Will was actually in the bottom two with 3 games to go in Division 1, and then just went on an absolute tear, winning his last 3 back to back to back to scrape in, while everybody else in that mid-table melange just ended up taking points off each other, and he was able to... Oh, and here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about. The claw, mighty blow, already paying dividends and getting a KO. So if Matt can keep this guy on the pitch, I think he's gonna have a very good chance of winning the attrition game. And that's really the only game the Orcs have. Like, they do have Peyton Orking the second, a fantastic thrower. He's basically a
vampire.
Yeah, basically a vampire.
He's a slightly slow vampire?
A slightly slow vampire, but without bloodlust. I would take that any day of the week. But as always, the Chaos Dwarfs' problem is going to be, can they hold on to the football?
Yeah,
I mean, unlike
it's in a
the game last night.
It's not a perfect place for a non-edge team on the side.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to see a world here where the Chorse fail to pick it up, it scatters out, and Will's able to recover. So, if Matt was able to script his first half, like an early KO would definitely be high on the list. Oh, I don't like this. This is just asking for your wrestle player to be crowded. I do like Frenzy on that strength 4.
Well, just rolls a 6, no problem.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, just for chat, I have made some further changes to the stream setup. As you see, I've removed the grass, I've removed the spectators. Hopefully, there should be a little bit less challenge with, all the streaming stuff. My PC is okay, but it's not great. So obviously running Discord, streaming to Twitch, it was starting to struggle a little bit. I have some additional diagnostic tools that I found recently, but if you let me know if there's any problems, that would be great. And hopefully by the time we get to the quarterfinals, I'll have worked out what I'm doing.
A nice screen there from Stand Firm Chaos Blocker. Oh, it's so hard to just not call them Longbeards. I mean, they are just glorified Longbeards, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're calling them blue heads because they should all have blue heads.
They really should. It's not the safest place. Like, you could see a world where Peyton Orking tries something crazy, but with all that tackle around there, I don't know if he's going to want to make on a 4 dodges just to try to crowd a player. And this is exactly what I feared this game was going to just be a big cluster with like 22 players all in a ball in the middle of the pitch, and would be very difficult to do.
Yeah, I think Dave would have been happier. Miss Daxing would have been happier with this, but we're looking for. I mean, it's tricky to see a huge amount of flexible play from these two teams. The Orcs probably edging.
They're very set in their ways. Although I did find an interesting stat on. It was the level 5 Bull Centaur Hornheb Fast Blaster. These names. Right. He has no casualties. He has 52 star player points and he has 0 casualties. Every star player point he's got.
Well,
I think
he must be his ball carrier, I suppose.
Yeah, he's got 10 touchdowns, 3 MVPs, and a pass. Like that pass had to have been just to. Like, maybe he got an early MVP and he needed a pass for his first skill or something like that.
I can't. You never know.
You never know. But I just thought it interesting. Like, you've got a strength 4 player, and he's and these are both fully 3-season teams, correct?
Yes. Holmslice's dwarves came out, went up to Division 1 from the first season to the second season. Got fairly murderized. Well, they got out-elfed, I think, is what happened.
They ran it into a very tough season 2 in Division 1 was very difficult.
Yeah.
And yeah, they came out on the bad side of that.
But have now bounced back again for season 3, so they're a bit of a yo-yo team. You know.
Whereas
Wills
Orcs
Orcs have been pretty consistently in the top division all the way through. Finals in one of the cups finals, first cup final, I want to say, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think maybe
there was an Orc team in it. I think it was Wills, but somebody in chat will probably remember.
I do remember that the Fibsborough Pirates team went undefeated in their first season, and then lost their first round in the cup in what can only be Nuffle pissing on their dreams. It's like, yep, we've had a perfect season, and we play against somebody, and then instantly we lose it. So, but yeah, good to see them rallying after what had to have been a disappointing season 2.
Absolutely. It's just a game. It's a really stupid game.
It is.
And I think keeping on with a team that you've invested in, as even if it's just for the narrative, I think it's that's one of the nice things you can do in this sort of league, and you get a few skill ups, you get you rotate a few dead players, and all of a sudden you're back on it again.
So Matt making some, I'm not gonna say risky blocks here, but I don't know, when I've got my ball carrier standing right beside the the pitch,
there's one based dwarf in here.
Yeah.
If that was a turnover here, and you're in a lot of trouble. I think potentially Kalon is concerned about leaving a bit too much of a hole for the dwarfs. The 3 orcs clustered on the sideline, not.
Orc's going down. But he's fine.
Right, I'm going to let you talk for a minute. You don't have to fill the space. I'm just going to be muted for a bit.
Got to do it anyway. Oh, a nice 1 dice block already. We're at that stage of the game on turn 2. You'll love to see it. Be interested to see what the chat think of Grashnak. It's not a star player we tend to see a lot of. He's quite expensive for what you get for him. And yeah, just a double pushback there. So I was thinking he was hoping that Grashnak would be the strong part of his cage. But now it's looking like Will's going to have a pretty solid opportunity here to get at the ball. I could see this being re-rolled. Okay. Alright, so the Pirate's able to create some kind of a cage. Unfortunately, the corners of it are in contact on the southeast side. Still going to be relatively difficult for Will to bust that cage open, but simple enough for him to get the ball carrier in contact. And this is a skillless hobgoblin. I mean, you could argue that all hobgoblins are skillless hobgoblins.
No wizards to be concerned about. So he's not, he's not putting on the bolt bitch. That's just the only player he had to pick it up, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And Grashnak is now tying up a couple of orcs.
Yeah, in danger of being left behind, but he's doing his job.
We've got a hit on the Claw Mighty Blow, Chaos Dwarf, but so far nothing. I think if there's a piece on the pitch that Will wants to foul, it's got to be that guy. Just the ability to get a player off the pitch, or break armor on a 7.
So he has this dirty player. It's gonna be what, 2 GFIs?
No, I don't think you actually have to GFI the foul. So I think it's just a single GFI.
Okay.
And he does love a foul. He does love a foul. With the bribe, I think he's absolutely correct.
It's no assists, right? Which is the and you could bring the blitzer back.
There's no assists now. Maybe he can free some players up. Although it looks like most of his team is tied up. Like, he can bring the blitzer back, but you got to think he has better plans for him. Yeah. No blitz yet. So it's hard to see anywhere though where a blitz would make this. We're talking about blitzing to making fouling easier. Maybe the blitzer could block. Oh, here we go. No, just dodging out. This is the benefit of this Ag 5, Strength 4 Orc Thrower with Blodge. Oh my god, that's nearly a war crime. Like, elves are barely allowed to have players like that. I'm looking through. There's a good amount of tackle, obviously, on the Chaos Dwarf team, so we're going after. Is this a wrestle hobgoblin? And just a stun. But now the ball carrier is based, so Matt's gonna have to spend actions and blitzes to free up the ball. The real concern, though, is Grashnak looks like he really wants to frenzy that Strength 4 Frenzy Orc off the pitch, and he's going to be able to do it next turn. I think Will might actually be odds on here just to try and dodge away. Like, the ground does not have Mighty Blow, the ground does not automatically break armor. Just get away from that guy.
We'll see, there we are. Yeah, and he
gets
it.
There it is. No foul, though, which is uncharacteristic.
I don't think there was enough assists. You know, the problem is you're sending a guy out there. The centre is not super strong at the moment. Yes, you've got your troll, but he's odd. I wouldn't like it if suddenly you've got 3 powers in the centre and you've sent your dirty player out. And possibly sent off any. Well, we did see a one on the bribe yesterday with a very tasty elven blitzer foul, punishment of the highest degree.
I played in a league recently, and my opponent had a beautiful dark elf blitzer, like perfect. First double skulls of the night. Re-rolled, and everything would be okay. And he failed a leap and landed on the ground. And right in front of my dirty player. My opponent then begged me, he's like, "Please don't foul him. Please don't foul him."
Really? What, in chat?
In chat, the only good player left on my team.
Wow,
It was 2-0 to me. It was like turn 6 or 7 of the first half. So I'm like, okay, I won't. Guy then got up, turned over the ball, scored 3 touchdowns, and I lost the match 3-2.
Yeah.
So if you see an elf on the ground, kick it.
And never show any mercy to your opponents.
No. My opponent
apologized. If that's how they're going to be, I will just say, I'm going to mute you now because that is not the correct way to play Blood Bowl.
My opponent apologized afterwards, saying, "Oh man, I'm so sorry."
I mean,
I'm like, no,
sorry,
buddy,
guys,
that was not your fault. That was my fault.
I forgot I had the view the wrong way round from the kickoff. I have switched the view.
Oh, okay, that's very
As is
confusing.
traditional, that midway through the stream I realise, and then I switched the view. So now we have a slightly better view of the drive.
Okay.
Yeah, was that game? Was it a league game? You're in, or CCL?
No, it was just a CCL game.
Oh, I mean, you are far softer under the rough heel exterior than we might have imagined there, Wonderful.
Yeah, a soft touch.
Because I'd be like, haha, now it's even funnier.
In fairness, I had already casualtied like 5 of his players.
No, it wasn't enough, though. You gotta clear it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
You gotta clear him.
You're so confident. You're like, I've got this game in the bag. Yeah, I'll be nice to him. There's no point. You don't want to tilt people into oblivion. No, mistake. Mistake.
Oh, no.
Nuffle heard that, felt it, then did this.
You haven't given this 100%.
KO'd me. Zust Iron Drinker's got. That's the guard player. That's a very important piece actually for Matt. So still nothing long term. Although 2, are they both? Who are the dwarf players that are off the pitch right now?
So the dwarf players.
Okay.
So there's just one.
That's all it is. Okay.
Yeah, and then
After the orcs, we have.
The orcs have a spare lineman with pro and
Pro. Oh, okay. I see what happens. This is when Will lets the computer roll randomly for his skills, I guess.
He's getting used to. He's preparing for Blood Bowl 2020 by closing his eyes.
Blood Bowl 2020. Yeah, I like it.
And clicking randomly on the screen. This is where Kalon tells me to stop being horrible, but it's the only humour I know. So I'm not going to talk about anybody's one-turn. Well, I won't need to talk about anybody's one-turn events in this game, thankfully.
Oh wow!
This fucking.
Would you have move 9 bull centaurs? Very unlikely, though. You'd need 4 squares of push in order to. Kalen backing up that pro is indeed a terrible pick. Oh, and here we go. We get a 2 dicer on the ball carrier. That seemed. Oh, there's no justice in the world. There's just no justice in the world. Ball scatters to the blitzer, who'd already made a double go for it, so couldn't move, and grabs it. And now, oof. Now it looks like the Chaos Dwarves are in a world of hurt. Well, had to re-roll that. Didn't have block? I was a troll. Of course not. Don't know about that push, although it does free up the tackle dirty player to assist the ball carrier.
Yeah, well, it's going to be the world's least effective screen, I expect.
I mean, there's just a million Chaos Dwarves there. I can't see how they can not get a 2 dice block. Like they'd have to work pretty hard to fail to get a 2 dice block on the ball carrier here. I think even Grashnak, if there's currently only 1 player marking Grashnak. And there's a Chaos Dwarf there who could probably be difficult. He's in 2 guard tackle zones. Maybe Grashnak just hits. That's what we wanted. Knock down.
Yeah, it's pretty sad having a black orc at this stage of the
Yeah, he lost two relatively well skilled up Black Orcs quite late in the season. Oh, is that what we wanted?
Making it safer in case the block.
I guess
goes
now
down.
we can block with the
Mighty Blow.
Claw
Yeah.
Mighty Blow player rather than the highly. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he's
he,
only got one reroll left, so I
yeah.
can see not wanting to spend it there, but oh, the temptation must have been strong.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's going to get further hits on the ball is probably where he's thinking, and I don't think that's an unrealistic expectation. It's hard for the Orcs, who are nicely positioned for across the whole board defense, but they're a bit tied up now.
Yeah, not a great turn in terms of damage to the opposing team, but he has a lot of the key Orc players in contact, so maybe he can do something from here.
Yeah, no, a bit of a whiff.
Yeah.
He'll be feeling some pressure now, having lost the ball quite carelessly, and then having not being able to make any significant progress with hitting. I mean,
yeah,
the troll. If the troll can knock down this bull in the center, I mean, it's a bit risky. Maybe you don't want to activate him, but it does feel like if he can roll around and bring back the team into the center together, because he's a bit too spread out right now, he's looking very menacing.
Okay. Stand firm doing some work there. Holding the line. But it does seem as though, as you said, yeah, you're dead right, the Orcs kind of control the center pitch.
So what's the best idea here now that the ball has changed hands? Do I switch view again?
I think so, yeah. We always want to look from the...
Now this is the problem with...
the ball controller's perspective.
Yeah. Well, that's...
Think of it as old Madden style, where they have the ball in his hand.
Look, I like this. I like to be able to see where the ball is going. I like to see the end zone pattern. So we'll go with this, even if I'm constantly swapping back and forward. Because
do we see a troll
there's no
here?
defense required.
There's been no blitz yet. So is there a world where he's thinking about blitzing with the ball carrier? He needs to get away from those players anyway. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it with blocks or blitzes because all of his players are tied up. So it's possible he's going to want to do a blitz, dodge away, and hit the Bull Centaur. Oh, no. Okay, so we're going with a blitz over here.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean...
And where's Peyton Orking going to go after this? Oh, okay, so here we go. Yeah, we're going to see a passing play.
He's just going to take the reroll dodge away, isn't he? No, he's...
Okay.
He's going to try and catch on the thrower and throw with a blitzer.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That is classic Orc passing plays.
I mean, it is an edge 4.
Yeah, Kellen, I think you're dead right. I think this is going to be a passing play. This is straight out of the Book of Fiki.
Doesn't get the
dodge.
So
Has to reroll here. And there's the 6.
No reroll for...
Oh, the Grashnak intercept? Are we going to see a Grashnak intercept here?
I don't think it's possible to get out any intercept.
It is a Grashnak intercept. Oh my god! Sometimes you can just sense it. You can just sense it in the water.
He's a big boy. You know, don't be throwing balls over...
No.
I know that size.
Now the big question is, how do I get the ball
and I guess
back?
I'm switching view again. Because apparently these guys are not able to keep the ball at
Most
all.
used one. I would not have expected there to have been like 3 turnovers of the ball already. Oh, fantastic. We've seen it all so far. We need a casualty now. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that's not why Matt induced Grashnak for his his towering ability.
Yeah. His
But
ball catching ability.
yeah. If they can clear out this left channel now, it's going to be very difficult for Will to get the football back. Well, Grashnak is strength 6, correct?
Grashnak is strength 6, movement 6, so he can move some. Getting based a lot will mean that he may not necessarily be able to do risky dodgeaways, or very risky.
Oh, that's true.
That was what happened with the lizards last night. We had the ball on the Saurus, and quite rightly it got based a lot. In the end, the Skinks did win the game. So
okay.
It was the Chaos Dwarf's drive. So this is Matt's drive. He has 3 more turns after this, so he has the time. He will need to make progress.
Yeah, and there's no wizards. There's no
nope.
There's no hidden surprises. Both players do have a bribe from the referee rest area. But pretty much it's what you see is what you get, and that is a lot of knocked out orcs. If
that is, the 3 KOs, you think about a KO sometimes being a little disappointing as a player, where you sort of like, oh, but really critical.
A couple of bad rolls there, yeah. Like, even just in terms of the numerical disadvantage for this drive, he's down 2 players, so it's 10 versus 8, and the ball in the hand of a strength 6 player. Peyton Orkin getting a nice stun there. Had a look at his stats as well before the match, just to see how he's been doing, and wow, he's only had 1 MVP, and he's the highest star player point on Will's team, a 3-season team. I think it takes a lot to go that far. I think it is Peyton Orkin the second, so I'm wondering if he was a replacement to a previous one, but he's got 14 passes, 13 touchdowns, and 2 casualties. Like, that's a stellar all-round performance from a player.
Yeah, I couldn't say for sure if it was a replacement.
If it was, he must have been replaced pretty soon, because that is quite the performance. Although the 2 stat-ups probably did help quite a bit. Oh, I have noticed there's been no stat-ups on Matt's team at all. Like, this is a 3-season team, and he doesn't have a single player with a stat-up. He's barely even got a player with a double skill.
Yeah, and that's really impressive. I got very demoralised with my undead team because it was the same, no doubles, no stat-ups, and undead, they tail off at that higher team value without interesting stats.
Apparently he had a move up bull, but it died. And guess what time it is, Sylvan? It's time to rotate that board again. Grashnak down, and Will have the football again.
I think it's setting a record for the number of times I've switched the camera view in one stream.
And the orcs have solved the problem of how to pick up the ball. It's just never have to actually roll to pick up the ball. Just have the ball scattered to you every time and catch it.
On a 5, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, Looking good for Will now, you have to say.
Oh, yeah, but
Will he keep the
like
ball for more than this turn?
we know that Matt doesn't like blitzing with his bull centaurs, but ooh, needs must when the devil drives. I think we may
Yeah,
have
well,
to.
Grashnak is stunned, isn't he? So he's out
Yeah.
as an option, which is
Oh, I
that's a
wouldn't push
pretty
here.
critical stun.
Oh, he followed. Like, okay, that's an interesting play because now it's going to be quite easy to free up that bull centaur to go after the ball carrier. Now the ball carrier does have block, but no dodge, so he's just as good at sacking the ball as any other player on Matt's team. The ball carrier has block, doesn't he? It's not the Black Orc who has it though. I think it's the Blitzer who has it. Yeah, it's the Agop Blitzer who has it. So I expect to see. Yeah, here we go. Okay, sure feet doing what it needs to do, and ball is down. Now. Oh, I see. Yes, yeah, okay. And no block Black Orc this late in the season. It almost feels like it should be illegal, right?
Yeah, it's rough because it becomes almost it's a liability, right? And the players will target that weakness. Well, that
Good.
was
I'm
always
so
a
glad.
tricky.
I'm sorry, so I hate to interrupt you, but I'm so happy when Bull Centaurs fail to pick up the ball.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
exactly.
They're
They
not
should not
supposed
be
to be
good at
ball
it.
carriers. I'm so happy. Also, it means you don't have to rotate the board.
Yeah, I'm happy to keep it like this so we don't get dizzy for too much. Unlucky, yes. It's 4 up with a re-roll, but
It is Nuffle telling you to stop trying to pick up the ball with Bull Centaurs. They're terrible at it. Don't do it. It's garbage. Anyone who does it is a garbage person.
so I was detecting a little bias.
Just a shred. Just a shred.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
Khemri players at least have sure hands to pick up the ball. And Khemri aren't supposed to pick up the ball anyway. They're just supposed to win by concession every time. Actually, Khemri aren't supposed to win the game at all. Oh no, I totally get it. And as I said, like this Bull Centaur here has scored 10 touchdowns. Like all of his star player points have basically come as a result of picking up the ball and running it in. It's just, it feels like it works more than it should. I know that's definitely a case of observation bias. You feel like, oh yeah, I can't pick up the ball with my elf, but this lumbering clod with Ag 2 does it every time.
I think the kind of inherent move 9 means they're often in a position to get the ball, so you're kind of forced to pick it up.
And they, like, realistically, they don't have a better option. You can't really pick it up with a move 4 Ag 2 guys, and the hobgoblins start with no skills and are so fragile that...
Yeah, exactly. You may only have one on like the pitch at any one time.
This is going to be difficult, though. I see Peyton Orking is just standing down there. Like, he's basically like a soccer striker standing in front of the...
he's like Cristiano Ronaldo, basically.
Yeah, he's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's waiting for somebody to pass the ball so he can score.
You know.
No, the Troll has had a pretty much perfect game so far. I mean, his job is to be a big, lumbering, strength 5 guard piece, and...
he just needed to re-roll 1 block because it came up a 1 in 9, but other than that, he's been very effective. And this is Matt's drive. Let's not forget, this is Matt's drive. And at the moment, the ball is on the ground, and he has 2 turns left, and it is not looking good for the score.
No, it's you'd probably give a slight edge to the orc scoring here, and
yeah, if you were gonna make a bet, I suspect. I mean, it just because it's been such a comedy bust.
Any result, 0-all, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an armor break, but serious. And are the orcs going to keep up their trend of never having to pick up the ball? No. Oh. That's disappointing.
On the ground, which means 0-0 is looking very friendly, very likely.
Yeah, we had the interception from Grashnak. We've had...
he won't have liked that double block at all.
Oh. Alright, so we'll probably see a stand-up of this guard piece, and once again our Bull Centaur will go after the thrower, more than likely. Because then he can use break tackle to dodge out and try and get the ball in his hands. But he has a long way to go if he wants to make it into scoring range for next turn. Oh, I might have left him further upfield as a last-minute option. Okay.
He's decided instead of picking the ball up to scatter it 1 square at a time towards the opposition's end zone.
They are shooting this way, right?
So this is the orc side, right, with the apple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Well, that was a pretty big ask. No re-roll on a... Yeah.
Could he not have blitzed the guy out of the way first? It wouldn't have helped that 1, but he could have changed that roll from a 4+ to a 5+. With just a push. Unless he was saving his blitz for somewhere else in the turn. But the touchdown is still on. Just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good. Whose block is this? Okay, so stand firm. It's up there in those lists of skills that you forget about the first time you play against a particular piece, and you're like, oh yeah, and it absolutely wrecks like an entire turn. It's stand firm, fend, diving tackle, sidestep, all of these little like reactive defensive skills that if you're not prepared for and you don't play around, they can absolutely like throw a massive spanner into the works of a drive.
Yeah, I saw some great diving tackle action with a skink. I think a skink got injured from a failed diving tackle escape, which was pretty funny for the watching audience at least.
Oh, that is not where he's wanted to have to use his reroll.
It does seem a little greedy, doing a block over there with a blockless Black Orc. When really your focus should be on
I think
where the ball is.
Yeah, he's trying to see is there a way he can score here. Like, can he get Peyton Orking in position and get the ball down, or is that too risky? The safe play is to now blitz with Peyton Orking, try to get the Bull Centaur down. If he gets the Bull Centaur down, that's it. Like, there's no way Matt's going to be able to run up a score, but he's not going to be able to score either. And then with, I think, 3 players in the KO box?
Oh, I mean, who knows? Anything could happen, right? But even three down, he's stopped Matt's drive. Like, you can't be too unhappy.
Yeah, but so if oh, now is this a touchdown on a 4? A 4 and then some go for it. Oh no, we need to get the bullet off the ball.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not great
that's
options. Well, no,
no,
there's.
just needs a push. That's all he's hit. Now, nothing else. So 4+ and then some go for it. Maybe one
Wow,
go for
yeah.
it.
Go for it with sure feet,
Two go for it with sure feet.
which is 88. No, it's 95 or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but we've got the coin flip beforehand. So
Yeah, that. I mean, obviously.
oh, the Grashnak block. I like it. I like it.
Haha. Well, what's he getting for his
Playoff?
bravery?
No,
This is stuff.
just a stun.
Yeah.
Oh, unless it's on one of those. Sometimes, like if you roll a 7, it doesn't show anything. The mighty blow then adds afterwards, and you get a KO. So I've learned to somewhat distrust.
Oops.
What was that?
That was agreed. That was agreed.
Oh,
Block. You know,
Why
and
would
that
you-
is what happens
why
when
would-
you greed block.
he didn't even need to go to that square. He
No, he could have come in from here.
counts one square shorter.
Presumably, it was about
Oh,
what
that's-
happens if it pushes. Because if he was thinking if he gets, well, he could have pushed him in here.
Oh, the
anyway.
push him back. Yeah, that's I know it's not a legal move in this game, but I think we'd call that a punt. Okay.
I think he's thinking. You know,
Maybe he would.
He's
he-
just trying to.
like,
He's just trying to high roll for the second half, isn't he?
Yeah, but he could have done it from a better square. Like there was no need to make that go for it.
Yeah, I'm almost
That's a
tempted to
very strange
rewind
fight.
it to have a look, but that would be mean. So we'll just we'll just say it didn't make a lot of sense to
Yeah,
us.
that's it's the high pressure situation. That's
Yeah, I mean he's going for the high roll to try to get the second half safer.
yeah. But I think it would have been a lot safer if he was 1-0 up.
Yeah, I agree. Agreed. I think he just rushes
Well,
blood to the head.
it was less
do you
than
think it was an
50%.
automatic pathing because
Yeah.
of the?
Maybe.
It's weird, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's possible he just trusted in Blood Bowl's pathing, which you should never ever do. Always manually mark out your blitzes because it'll do some wacky things.
I mean, the pathing rarely adds in a go for it without needing to, unless unless there's a tackle zone.
I'd actually, I'd love to have an app that questioned the whether your move was GTO or not. I think we'd get some very interesting results from that. Okay.
Yeah, play the half out with some blocks.
Yeah, maybe Bullet could try something super risky. I don't know if he'd
I'm
go
not
around
Sure,
and
there's a scoring
try to
threat,
pick
though.
up on a 4, try a pass.
Well, I mean, vanity passing at this stage. I'm sure it might. I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference to the players. The only thing would be getting a pass off on the Black Orc and an injury, but that's pretty.
I don't see that happening. I think. I mean, you try the pass, right? There's a foul.
Well, yeah.
We do have just a stun, and no.
Keeps his bribe.
Saves his bribe for the second half.
Yeah.
And is our troll gonna try something on with
Well,
that?
the Centaurs is right next to him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it must have been probably one dice, maybe less. Ooh.
See.
Okay, no, 2 out of 3 back. Yeah.
You got up. That's
The
good.
slow animation fooled me for a moment.
Yeah, it's terrifying when you see them all lying on the ground. You're like, none of them got up, but then okay, all right, okay. Two out of 3 got back up. So
Yeah, that's.
you got to favor Will now, Bull.
I think
His
just mentally,
drive.
I think the Matt will have played a lot of Blood Bowl. He'll need to gather himself up together, understand, and kind of just forgive himself for taking what, in hindsight, was a very greedy block. And
You cannot dwell on that though. He's got to move past it.
Exactly. Look, there were how many camera swaps last turn? Many, right? So
Yeah.
if it's the same again, who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen. Will doesn't have a goblin for
No.
throw teammate, so there's one less kind of thing to worry about.
Okay, the very aggressive formation from the pirates.
He is.
They're aware they're kicking, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe. He's all mansing with pretty bad hobgoblins. I mean, wrestle is it's not the worst, but it's.
This is the setup of a man who believes he's gonna roll blitz. He just knows in his heart of hearts he's going to roll blitz. Or he's forgotten that he's receiving. Like,
well, what? The ball changed hands so many turns last time. Maybe
totally understandable.
Maybe he wasn't so worried about the score because he thought, oh well, that would have been a
the
bruisey bonus. I've got my drive now. It would be pretty crazy.
Well, he's got a minute to rectify it. If I was in chat, I said, I'm a soft toucher, but I would be like, you're kicking, right? Oh
no! I mean, okay, well,
wow.
Well, he's gone with this setup.
Okay.
I
mean, how insulting is that to do that to an orc opponent? Going, yeah, I'm gonna put all my guys on the front line on your kickoff. That's how weak I think your orc team is.
We'll find out afterwards. Maybe he's just all in. Maybe he's just a little tilted after the end of last turn and just saying...
It's working. It looks like Will is afraid to go man-to-man with him.
I mean, Grashnak, Kalon, not impressed with Grashnak on the front. Lack of block, and there's enough... Like, Will doesn't have enough guard to get a 2-dice block on him and then basically neutralize almost all of his inducement money. How much is Grashnak? Is he 280 or something like that? He's a lot. Grashnak is a sweeper. Yeah, I like that. A strong safety, if you will. And no wild animal. So
no wild animal. Move 6. Horns, like if there's a lone player downfield, like he's a nightmare against an elf team. 320, okay, that makes sense. He's a nightmare against any elf team that wants to run receivers down and try and pass the ball to them, because that receiver's just not going to be there. He's either going to be on the ground, in the crowd, or in the dead and injured box.
And he's just on his own. He's 3-dicing strength 3 players, right?
I actually kind of like him in this matchup. He's the strongest thing on the pitch. But it's just rare that Chorfs have the money to pick him up.
Very shallow. Possibility of a touchback. The Orcs did not go all in on the counter attack.
No,
they have given. They've given kind of not the initiative, but
They've conceded the line of scrimmage. I think we'll call this... there was some chess talk in chat. I think we'll call this the Grashnak Gambit. The Grashnak Gambit.
The Grashnak Conga.
The Grashnak Conga. Although this quick snap has meant that any advantage he may have had from having this strong line is all but wasted.
Well,
I guess, but they're not really like this. Specifically, this team is not really well kitted out. They have a couple of Ag 4 players, but they don't really have that movement to get away. The Chorfs are able to tie them up pretty easily, although this is looking like Will's going to be... I was about to say, for once he failed to catch a bouncing ball, but it resulted in a touchback.
I was looking at that setup with so many orcs around. The touchback was pretty likely. I don't know the odds. Certainly,
So this looks like Will's going to be able to set up a pretty strong cage and can even move it relatively deep inside.
I mean, I think that he can.
Ah,
Now
fair.
he doesn't want to. It's a tricky one.
You don't want to score too quick, though. Yeah,
He doesn't want to
obviously.
score too quick, but I think that he can, because he can cut off so much of this team now, or and force them to try to run back, and of course they're Chorfs, so they don't like that.
Yeah, this could not have gone better for Wills. Other than, I don't know, their opponent conceding on turn 7 like they did in the last match of Division 1, but other than that, I don't think it could have gone any better.
We got pretty straightforward screenage here. Chorf's, you know, going to be forced into the decision of how to try to disengage 3 or 4 of them, and then, you know, how many hobgoblins do they have on the pitch? 1.
Yeah. I was kind of pointing out, like, if Grashnak had not been on the line, he could menace this cage quite easily.
Oh,
like, I don't think he can get to the ball carrier, but
as it is
Frenzy,
now,
strength 7 on the blitz, he'd be able to take any corner out of the game and base the ball carrier. Now, it looks like he'll probably still be able to do it. He can pretty easily free up.
the thing was 1 dice control without. Oh no, because Grashnak is providing
not in tackle zone.
Yeah. So
but it's possible the troll will take the 1 dicer against the guard guy, although that's a bit risky. Wow, that is.
And he has Paint and Orking back here as well. So I think, yeah, I like this choice. I think because he can screen it. The Chorfs have to come back and pressure or try to get the ball. That is too far because the screen can only really get to. Well, they're going to have to GFI to provide any sort of double GFI really.
The screen's okay here.
Well, he can only get here with natural movement. You'd much prefer him to be there.
You need a 2-man screen here. Yeah. He does have the reroll available. Like, he can put the screen in place. But, like, I don't think there's any way that he can't stop at least a 1 dice block from that,
yeah, 1, 2... what square did I say? Well, if he double okay, well, that's helping a bit. Because now he just needs to screen against this Chorf.
Well, he still needs to screen against Grashnak, who's going to be able to...
the reroll appears to be available still. Was it inbuilt or something? Or a frenzy? I'm just carried on saying he's just used his reroll, but it looks like he still has his reroll.
Still used. Can you hit the thing and see the dice rolls?
It was pro.
Oh, it was pro. Oh, that was us laughing at pro earlier on, so that's what we get, I guess. Maybe he's the pro after all. Alright. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good square, but we could still see some... What are we gonna see here?
So a 3 plus away gives a 1 dice. I mean, it's pretty bare bones. Pretty bare bones. Grashnak, even if he's cleared off now.
He has to make dodges, and let's be honest, that's not what he's there for.
He could potentially blitz through and base.
Yeah, I think what we can see, Grashnak taking out the troll.
Really?
We can push away. Sorry?
Yeah, and then it's go ahead. Tell me what you think.
Well, so what I would say is Grashnak takes out the troll here, and then we move somebody up to get that black orc. So we block the black orc with the guard thing, just trying to get a push, and then we can move the bull centaur who's on the line back to blitz the ball carrier because he's got dodge and ag. Well, break tackle, strength 4, so he can get back there and get the ball and then hopefully secure it. But this all in on the line gambit has really not paid off, unfortunately, for Matt. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is what I was saying. Now we can also bring another black orc back to make that a 2 dice block, and then we have both bull centaurs who can go back for the ball. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fine.
You said
So
bring a
now we
black orc back, but you meant Chorf.
a black dwarf.
A
Wow,
black
that didn't sound
dwarf.
right. Ooh. And we're cancelled. A chaos dwarf. Ugh. Okay, so
Yeah, so the space is
okay,
clear. There's some go for it. Sure feet.
and
Doing
got
its
him.
thing. He did indeed. So we're gonna. Well,
Oh, don't like that square. Yeah, I didn't like that square. Has he used his sure feet?
his what?
His sure feet?
He did use. He did use his sure feet.
Oh, okay.
Gets the loner reroll.
These guys are living on the edge here.
Yeah,
We've seen
we've
troll
seen-
rerolls.
We've seen both Drashnak and the troll reroll their loner successfully, and the pro pop. Movement
Okay.
none.
Yeah.
So we were saying, I was sort of ruminating earlier about the orcs looking in a much stronger position. They both appear to have taken the space cadet route of ball protection.
Well, let that be the other guy's problem. Let him figure out how to get the ball. I'm not going to figure out how to defend it. That is still an Ag 4 blitzer on the ground, so he can get away. He could even attempt to pick up the ball on a 3. A 4 if we can, or 2 if we can get rid of this. And we can. We have the strength 4 blitz blocker. Blitz. The strength 4 blitzer. That's the word I was looking for.
He doesn't have a great angle, but the black orc hit should be successful.
Well, he could go onto the ball.
Push.
Oh, a really stupid from the troll. I'm not sure that's super relevant, but
No, not when he's already on the ground. I mean, well, Grashnak next turn going to be a factor.
you might have to sacrifice. Yeah, I think. Oh, stand firm. What a beautiful skill.
That really was key there.
Yeah, because if he got the pushback, just tying up.
Okay.
Going onto the ball here.
Okay.
Oh,
Friends.
just the orcs just trust. Okay. We go down with this, or we go straight across? I think we go down with this.
I would have preferred to move the subby lineman, come in at an angle where a push, moved him away from the ball.
Yeah. Because now the ball is still in a tackle zone. Okay, so we can see the blitzer dodge to a safe square on a 2, pick it up on a 3, dodge out on a 2, and then hand it to the dirty player. So like a lightning bolt
doesn't
move.
have a range to get anywhere useful.
Well, that didn't stop him last turn.
True.
He could actually, if he wanted, so dodge down to the open square, up, pick up the ball down, and then pass it back to the thrower. Or maybe the thrower can just regress with the ball, come back into his own half. Although then we've got that problem of Grashnak. Loose Grashnak.
Yeah.
We either get the ball, I think, into the hands of the dirty player and at least move the football deeper, or we retreat with the ball and pray that block and sure hands will do what they need to. Who's the other orc who's still? Oh no, that's he's just finished the blitz, isn't he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going for the pickup, I think, isn't he? I think he wants.
Yeah.
Oh no, he wants that to be the receiver.
Or maybe he's going for the pickup with bullet. Is that the name?
I guess he must be. He's got sure hand.
Bullet. He does have sure hands.
Accurate.
But he's gonna have to pass him inside a tackle zone. or make a dodge and a go for it. Oh, just roll a 6. That's all you gotta do. I kind of prefer just passing this. I mean, what are the odds of seeing the second interception in one game?
He fails the pass on a double 1. So it's just a pure scatter.
Hey, now. He's not even worried about the ball. Oh, big papa. Ouch.
Yeah. He's been waiting to do that hit for the last minute. It's bang.
It's that claw, mighty blow. Just
Yeah.
we thought it would be one of the keys to the game, and turns out occasionally we get things right.
Well, I mean, you say that. Yes, it has done what you'd expect it to do, but he wasn't able to transition it into scoring first drive.
It's true, but
he's stopping his
justice for attempting a pass. Absolutely, Orc should never try to pass the ball, and Chaos Dwarves should never attempt to pick it up. All right, he's making some blocks. These look like they're going to free Grashnak up to.
Grashnak was already, but yeah, the space.
But now he's got a better angle, so he could try to crowd one of the two guys around the Strength 4 Bull Centaur.
Grashnak have frenzy? Yes.
Yeah. Him have big time frenzy.
Yeah. So he could also go for the surf on the Strength 4.
Yeah.
Might
be disappointed. Might be a bit disappointed. Oh, no longer disappointed with that. No longer disappointed with it.
No, at this point in the game, a stun is pretty important.
Oh, snaked the injury, but I'm pretty sure we will not see a follow-up here. I would not have been surprised to see a dodge there. It would have been on a 3 with a reroll. But I feel like even though you've got the ball at 2 tackle zones, that does not feel like enough for me right now.
No.
Like Will has a touchdown on a 4 on a 2.
Pro is off the pitch. And I think at this point numerical advantage is definitely beginning to tell. The troll, of course, stupid on the floor.
So yeah, it's on a 4 for the pickup, on a 2 for the dodge out, and a go for it. But he has 4 rerolls left. I'm thinking he's got to be like 65-70% to pull that play off. I'm not seeing a better option for him. If he can get rid of the guard assist, which I'm not sure he can do. Man, who would have thought a lack of tackle on Will's team would have been irrelevant in this matchup? Yes, he's going to want to spend that ASAP. So he could make a 1 dice. He could blitz. Has he blitzed already? Blitz with the bullet on the guard guy. There's no angle he can put him to. I think you just put him there, and then you make a block with the block with this guy, and then it's on a 3 on a 2. It's only a 1 dice block, but you have wrestle, so
yeah.
And any result is fine. You just anything bar a skull makes this on a 3 on a 2. Oh.
Okay. Bits in there.
Oh,
I don't think it makes a lot of difference.
It
take
costs
away
him
his
a square of movement. It costs him a square of movement, so it's an additional go for it now. I picked it up easily enough.
He cannot score anymore.
Yeah.
So I would have rather tried to actually just score. So he's got all the dice, but now he cannot score. And I don't see any possible way with Grashnak. Okay, well, yeah, Grashnak's going to be free.
Yeah.
Like it's very easy to bring this assist in here, clear off this black monitor, and Black Hawk.
Oh, what? Okay. Well, these Gophers are interesting because they're getting him potentially out of Grashnak's range.
Yes.
Now he,
Well, Grashnak
but
is
now
in
he,
range. It's just the two GFIs.
well, instead,
Or
I
he could just.
think,
Well, no, he can't get that free. Or can he? Well, the Hobgoblin, if he can bring
yeah,
around with some assist, get
you
the
bring an
Hobgoblin.
assist around there.
It's not
The
great
problem is
because the push
a
isn't
push
good
isn't
enough.
great. He needs an actual
But you
knockdown
could
to do
still
it.
do it. Try it. See what happens. And then if that doesn't work, then it's Grashnak's to GFIs, right?
Yeah. So you've got some options. This is exactly what he's going for. Oh, the guys are saying we're getting some stream lagging.
Yeah, let me have a look at my.
Sorry about that. It's just the quality of the play is so hot right now. It's actually just burning down the servers. There's nothing we can do about it.
I've got my.
Oh, a double skull is not what we needed.
No, I do have an alert about networking.
Okay. Stay tuned while we look into that. And I think you go for the end zone here, yeah. And try and get as a pitch scatter. Wow. That is on a 3 on a 3. I wonder if Matt is considering to go for it to try to pick it up at this stage, just to prolong the misery, but no reroll left. I think he's going to have to settle for having the additional tackle zone on there. Okay. Are we... Grashnak does not have wall.
Yeah, I'm just looking into it. It looks like the issue is an internet issue, which just means that sometimes my connection is going to slow a little bit more. But I was hoping that it was a low enough bit rate. So, fingers crossed. It's just a temporary slowdown, and we're going to get back to normal soon.
Okay, it doesn't look really like Will's going to be able to bring any other resources to bear around the ball. So it's on a 4 on a 4 with a team reroll. We've all scored worse touchdowns. Not many. I don't know that there's anything else he can do. It's a dodge into that square on a 3 and a pickup on a 3. Okay, he's freed up. I think the guys are a bit behind us now in chat, but that's fine. Yeah, if he fails to pick up this ball, he is in a world of hurt. Like, there's not many players you don't want to be standing in front of having failed to pick up ball who are worse than Grashnak Blackhoof. We've still had 0 casualties, though, this match. Am I right?
Was there? No, there's no Apo usage. No, there are no casualties.
Okay. This feels like Will just getting all of his safe rolls out of the way now before going for the risky play. He's not going to want to take any 1 dice blocks. He's not going to do anything else, I think. He's just going to go for the on a 4 and a 4. Here it is. And he's failed to dodge. He has to reroll this. He got it. And he's got it. Huge from Will. And that score is pretty big. We're pretty deep in the second half here. Still 2 orcs out. I think this gives the Chaos Dwarves a slight numerical advantage.
And there is time.
There is time. Like, he has moved 9 players. There's definitely the possibility. There's absolutely enough time for either coach to get another score on the board here.
I think a good score from Will, though. I mean, perhaps a little risky. But he threw himself down there. He kept the focus on the ball. I think there was a particular move, wasn't there, where the Chorfs should have been putting a little bit more pressure on, moving across, and they were taking some blocks.
Yeah, but the Chorfs did get the ball. I think they got the ball on the ground like 3 times during that drive, but were just unable to secure the ball at any stage.
Yep.
I mean, you've got to consider that a failure. If you're able to get the ball down, force orcs of all teams to put the ball on the ground, you got to be converting those opportunities, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming around with the Centaur Bull was a good play, but he wasn't able to bring enough of his players across to tie up the rest of the screen, who could continue to keep the area fairly alive.
This was after what we all thought was a relatively catastrophic setup from the Chaos Dwarves, especially with the quick snap killing the all-man front line.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I suppose they were always on the back foot. He's gone with the same. Okay, but it's his attack, so I'm going to switch the view around.
That might be confirming what we thought about the earlier drive.
Yes, I think that does confirm that it was an oversight, because it seems unlikely to set up exactly the same way. Oh, Grashnak's loner, double skulls, and it's a... Okay, there's a push. I thought it was a 1 in 9 for a second.
That would be a pretty horrific start. I think we could almost start getting Will's team ready for the next round.
Stream-wise, it does seem like it has recovered. Sorry about the down. It's a tricky thing to do. I have automatic bitrate. It's one of the things that I've changed, which means that the stream didn't fail completely, I think. But it seems like I'm out in the country, and even though I have fiber, it does seem like it will occasionally slow down. I'm presuming it's a shared line and somebody else is downloading something every now and then. I don't know. Oh,
ooh!
It's not a 1 in 9. That's just a normal pickup. No,
yeah.
Not the best time to be dropping the ball.
No.
But
orcs are not really the type of team that can punish that.
No, but I'm just more thinking about he has now 4 turns instead of 5 turns to go and get overtime, and every turn matters. really, really, for Chorfs, every turn matters in terms of making progress, right?
No rerolls left now as well for the rest of the game.
He can certainly get a couple of lurkers. He can absolutely do a... He can't split this guy off from his team, but he can. He's got a one-man screen.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some downfield pressure here, but is that the right play? Like, you're opening yourself up to Chaos Dwarves. If they do break that line, then suddenly you've got a lot of your better players out of position. Especially, like, we're right that the orcs are at a numerical disadvantage now, right?
I mean, yes, but
not by much. But
the Hob has to make a pass play. right? He can't. Well, maybe these guys can come back. There's enough. Maybe enough can free. But I don't think he can free 4 of them.
Not
Certainly
with that
now.
knockdown just there, yeah.
So, I think rightly he's made the calculation. This hob cannot get safe just by running.
You can't get safe just by running, but you don't want to overcommit to this. If you overcommit to this downfield play, and you...
No, I know, but I think he's made the right amount of commitment.
Yeah, it's looking about right.
I mean, if he tried to move any more of this round the side, that would be, to just base. I wouldn't like that so much, because Holm has to. He can clear out this black core, then he's got probably 2 free chorfs and the hobbo to come back. That's not a cage.
That's
also,
interesting.
I don't think he can reach that cage anyway.
Did the troll just knock himself out?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, the troll just knocked himself out.
Whoops.
That
is a swing. That is, I mean, certainly maybe the passing play now becomes very attractive, right? But I think it has to be a pass.
Yeah, I think you run one of these guys back to cover the pass. So if you fumble it, you know, maybe it lands to your guy, maybe it lands in 2 tackle zones, so you've got a slim chance of something happening. But who are we passing it to? Are we passing it to the
Hobgoblin with wrestle?
The wrestle Hobgoblin? That doesn't feel great.
I mean, it's the best option.
No, the best is the block dodge guard guy, right? I mean,
not the bull.
Bull Centaur? Yeah.
The bull.
I mean,
well,
I hate putting the ball.
If you're happy to make the catch, sure.
I think you blitz the guy who's in front of him.
Oh, it's very sunny. Yeah.
Oh my God,
it's
no!
It's very sunny. So this is really rough. That's not great.
No.
Oops, that wasn't what I meant to click. I just meant to click on the spare. So I guess he's going to just try and bring him over here. The options are becoming less and less attractive.
Really are. With every failed block, I'm liking these less and less. So yeah, we run this guy back. Okay. And now we just try to run up the center with the ball. The problem is all this Ag 4. Like, that's still an Ag 4 blitzer that you're bringing the ball closer to.
Wonderboy, I'm just one question in my mind is should I be pause for 30 seconds and then see if chat can catch up a little with what we're seeing?
Yep. But yeah.
I'm just going to pause it here. I'm not sure if this is the best solution to the issue,
because they're still going to be behind us even on the stream, right?
A little, yeah, but they're extra behind at the moment.
But I mean, even if we pause this, like, they're watching our stream, they're not watching.
They're watching us stream this game.
Right. But I'm saying if we pause this, they're just going to watch the pause 30 seconds late as well.
Yeah.
It's fine. I think we just play on. It's okay. Like, when
we start commentating, it doesn't matter, does it? Okay,
it doesn't matter.
I'll just play.
Okay. Again, so few lasting injuries from the Orcs. I think they've managed 2 or 3 KOs this entire game. The Chaos Dwarves, on the other hand, have been knocking players out left, right, and center, but nothing in the dead and injured box, which is alarming. I was expecting more from these teams. I'm gonna be honest. All right, And here we go. Oh, the double pow.
Well,
And
there we
they're
have
right on you. Peyton Organ -1 agility. I don't even think we'll see that apothecary. Does he have the
broken
movement
neck.
left to pick up the ball?
Wow.
Oh, doing them one at a time.
No, I think he used one to blitz.
Blitz. Okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
he used one to blitz. That's as far as he can go.
Yeah. This is going to be very hard now for Matt to come back from. His players are sort of tied up downfield. He can dodge that particular Bull Centaur back with dodge and break tackle, so he can get players downfield to cover the football, but the clock, she is a ticking. It is ticking quite quickly. He's only got 3 turns left and he needs to score, so that's a nice move there as well. Although, does it make that much of a difference? That's a bit of a risk, because now there's he can put a 1 or 2 dice block quite easily into that blitzer. I guess, yeah. Advantage is definitely with the orcs.
Yeah,
Right?
It keeps auto moving the screen, so you know at this stage I think it's safe to say that the ball is heading in the dwarf's direction.
Yeah. So we can put a guard guy down on both of those, and then hit with the claw mighty blow on the ag up blitzer to get a 2 dice block. Put it onto the ball, hope it scatters out of the tackle zone of Peyton Orking. But we're still in a position there where we're foul. Oh wow, and we have gotten our second casualty. Are we complaining about a lack of blood in this game, and then just like buses, 2 of them came along at once. That's pretty devastating to the Chaos Dwarf team. Okay. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I would have preferred to hit that guy with claw. I go onto the ball for a scatter, but it's
Yeah, so I was just looking at the
gonna be
hobgoblin.
very hard now.
Yeah.
Alright. The hobgoblin needs to get the ball. It's gonna be on a 4.
Yeah, he can't afford to just base it. Oops.
Oh,
Well,
really?
That's it.
He snaked the dodge.
I think that. Well, yes, it was a 4-up dodge. Anyway.
No, he had break tackle.
Oh, he snaked the break tackle.
He literally
dodge.
snaked the break tackle dodge. That's
That is rough.
It's not.
Although I mean the first.
Mathematically impossible. He can still get into the end zone with Krashnak or with that guy. Like his armor wasn't broken. He can get up and he can still make it. But what a key foul that was. I mean, I was expecting a lot more putting the boot in this match than we've actually had.
Yeah, well, given they've had both had a bribe all game.
Yeah, oh, it
and
hasn't.
Still do.
Yeah. I was expecting to see a bit more.
Well, they never
classic.
really. Yeah, they never really had significant gang foul opportunities, I guess.
So this is a dodge on a 3 pickup. Dodge on a 3, dodge on a 2. I'm not sure if Peyton Orkin can. You could dodge on a 4, pick up on a 4, but that feels difficult. His dodge is definitely going to get cancelled out of here, so maybe we see a blitz on the corner and a push, like a blitz on the guard from the strength up frenzy. Blitz the corner of that.
If he comes in
blitz,
here,
yeah, blitz him straight on.
push
Peyton onto the ball. Yeah, like the ball, like that's not a good square for it. There's few that are gonna be. There's 3 that are a lot better. There's 2 that are about the same, and 2 that are worse. So, yeah, we've a Chocoholics match coming up this evening, and I hope they all die in a fire. That would be really nice. They absolutely destroyed me in a preseason game, so there's absolutely no bitterness. I wish them all the best.
no chips on your shoulder.
No shoulders. No chips, no shoulders. But yeah, I wish him all the best at picking bits of his lizards up from the ground.
Okay. Not blitzing with it at all. You're gonna have to blitz with the Painton.
Peyton Orking here, just push one of these guys off the ball. Then it's a dodge.
Is it 1 dice? He's strength 4. But I think it's still
another foul. Fails to break armor.
No,
okay.
Amazingly.
Oh, it's only a dodge on a 3, actually. I thought that was okay. It looks like.
Does get the 1 dice push.
That's what he needed.
So that's now a 2-up dodge. 2-up pickup. Go for it? Because of the block? 2 go for it. Or will he try to screen?
He's got no players off the screen.
He has to. That is GG.
That is all she wrote. We'll watch the Orchard Thieves stamping their ticket for the next round with that win.
And the troll is back, as well as one of his buddies. So.
And
not
I
that you'd
would
be too worried about. Well, look, we say this every time. It's like a 1% chance that there's a riot and a blitz.
Well, a riot and then another riot. It's possible. So actually, is it possible?
No, because you have to overturn the opponent. So it has to be a riot and a blitz.
Wow. Yeah, so will meet, I believe it's Kalen in the next round?
That's what he's saying in chat, and I expect he knows.
I'm going to have a look at the draw here. I have it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kalen beat Ellis 4-1 last night. And yeah, we'll meet Will in the next round. Pitch invasion, not the result we were. Oh my god.
Quite roughly even, but I think the bull going down is a big deal. And Grashnak.
Yeah,
and
bull and Grashnak.
Oh, that's like having both of your incisors removed in the dentist, you know.
I'm wondering if we would see just them passing the turn here and just ending the game.
Well, I mean, nobody would blame him.
I like it.
Not a lot else to do.
Stay and fight.
Yeah. You know, like it's the right way to play.
Yeah, who does actually have the same? Interestingly, that I would assume Will does.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for joining me today there, Wonderboy. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. It was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, always good to watch a bit of
interesting. Like I was not expecting to see Grashnak Blackhoof on the field, let alone intercepting a pass. So
yeah,
that was a real treasure for me. But this continues the run of Division 1 winning their matches.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, so in every one, so Scrofula won versus not even gonna try and pronounce that.
Yeah.
Kalen beat Elados. Crowdog beat Unforgiven IRL, Aiden Walsh. PK83 beat the IPC. And this will just leave Shivite, who I think...
Hot favourite.
Yeah, did he even lose a match in the
I don't know.
in the league?
Not
I don't
many.
believe
I think he
did.
drew one, maybe.
Oh, what a loser! Although interestingly, if you have a look on Spike Blood Bowl, it has percentages of what they think, and it's basically 2 is a draw. So, for example, for this match, it actually had Holmslice down at 2.2 to 1.84, slight advantage to Matt. On this one, it actually has Thanatos at a 2.2 advantage over Shivite, which seems weird considering.
He must be basing it on.
It's basing it on
the team value as well,
no,
right?
It's basing it on the almost 9,000 points of team value difference. So,
Yeah.
I
I don't think JVT will see that as a major concern. With his
no,
two
I
bribes.
think I've never really put that much thought. Like the inducements do a good amount to address the balance, but they're not enough
No, they're
to
generally
overturn
considered inefficient past the wizard. Bribes
Yeah.
can be used in the right place. And as
Wiz
Jordon
Jordell Eldril could be interesting. We could also see Jordell Eldril, or we could see Eldril maybe and a Halfling Master Chef. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's super high rolly, but if you're that far behind, if you take all of his rerolls for a turn, like he's only got 3, and not a lot of natural ball handling skills. I don't think there's no sure hands. There's very little dodge on his team. I think the only players with dodge on his team are the ghouls who started with it. So you could try to punish him that way. It's unlikely to work, but I mean, I think when you're that far behind, you might have to take the punts.
Yeah, I guess you make an interesting point about the league, the Division 1 winners. Perhaps we'll need to. It's like the Champions League, isn't it? If a country is really strong, it gets more spots, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you need to consider.
I don't think he will take the hamstring chef. I'm just saying it might be something that. I mean, we weren't expecting Grashnak Blackhoof, so who's to say what people pick on the day? And this is Will's last turn. He's just mopping up the last few opportunities for star player points. But yeah, all told,
I mean, it's tricky because it's the 16 player cup.
Let me see. Yeah, I believe it is
8 matches, 16 players.
Yeah, 8 matches, 16 players. This is.
And how many of the players were from Division 1?
6 of the players were from Division 1.
Doesn't sound like enough to me out of 16.
I think it should have been. I think it should have been the top 8, and I'm not just saying that because I was 7th.
I think given the results, I think it's a pretty strong argument for more than 6. But look, sometimes the dice just roll that way, right? Could be different
Absolutely.
next year, I suppose. Or
I think the last 2 cups we've had have not been won by teams in Division 1. So
Jetty was not in Division 1, was he?
No, Jetty was not in Division 1 because he doesn't like picking up the ball.
Right, so Jetty was in Division 1 yeah, Jetty was in Division 1 this year.
This year? Wait, was he?
Yeah.
No, don't think he was. Bojack? No, they weren't.
Huh.
They just qualified for the cup. I don't know how.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, he was in Division 2A.
Oh, fair enough.
So yeah, like previously, most cups have been won by teams outside of the top division. But it's looking like that that trend is about to be booked this season with.
Unless Jeddy-bearer can do it again.
Oh yeah,
He got through.
absolutely. Up
So
against.
this is what was confusing me, because I believe what you said about everybody winning so far being in Division 1, I was like, yes, that sounds right, but it's not true. Jeddy-bearer was not in Division 1.
He was also playing against somebody who's not in Division 1.
Yeah.
He was playing against Minion for Hire. I would say every Division 1 player who's played so far has won. And that is that. A solid win for Grashnak MVP.
I mean, deservedly so.
Yeah, I think so. Like, he's got the interception. Definitely the player of the match. Yeah, and that settles now. Yeah, so in the bottom half of our draw, we have
Grashnak comes away with 7 SPP. The only SPP on the team.
Oh my god! What a player! What an absolute player! So yeah, our bottom of our draw now is Jeddy versus Scrofula and Kalen versus Will Walsh. So that's going to be an interesting one. They played relatively late in season 1 with the Obsidian Sybarites coming out 3-0 or 3-1 winners. So obviously Kalen will be looking to have an exact repeat of that match. Scrofula versus Jeddy-bearer. I think that Scrofula's team took a lot of injuries in our last match, but I don't think they actually took anything long term.
No, it was all badly hurt. Just before we talk about the overall picture, we should also say commiserations, Matt. Congratulations, Will. Well played by both of you guys. I hope when you watch back the VOD, if you do, that you'll have fun and forgive us for any criticism that we provide. We're just having fun.
I would love to know about that all-man frontlining.
It would be interesting to get the maybe we need to bring him in someday for like a post-match interview.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm sure he'll have something to say on the Discord server. Cool. I just wanted to make sure we pop that in there, 'cause it's always nice for people to say if people are watching back their VODs. I don't think we were mean and horrible. We're just having fun.
You weren't, but so our evening match is 8:00 kickoff. Is that right?
Yeah, 8:00 kickoff is the next match. So myself and Kalon will be back for that one.
Amazons versus Lizardmen. That's an interesting matchup as well. Very close to, I think there's only 30 points difference between those teams, so not a match that's going to be dominated by inducements or star player points, or inducements or star players or anything like that. So just going to be very much mano a mano.
Yeah. I mean I think Lizards probably have the kill advantage. Although Amazon aren't terrible, but I'm not sure how much guard they've got, and it's tricky going up against Saurus because you know it's a big risk. If you don't knock them down, you're gonna get it back twice as hard in the face, right?
6 guard on the Amazon team, and
it's pretty good.
5 guard on the Lizard team, so
which is perhaps a little shorter, but the strength does, it more than makes up for it.
I think what's going to kill the Amazons there is just their lack of movement, like the fact that they're not fast enough to get away from Saurus warriors.
Yeah,
and they're just going to get tracked down by them. And
cool.
Again, a lack of stat ups on that team. Only 1 agility increase, so
yeah,
they're going to be hard up for it. But I mean, that is this evening's match, so
yeah, we'll look forward to it. Hopefully see you there in chat as
I'll
well.
be here.
Great.
I'll be here.
Great. Thanks very much, Wonderboy. Always a pleasure. And we'll have to find out what the scheduling is like when the quarterfinals get round and who wants to commentate for all those. But I'm always happy to have you join. All right, mate.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Cheerio. Bye.